Welcome back, everybody. Today we have another special interview, and this time with MrRochon. Thank you, MrRochon, for being here.
Pleasure.
So let's start with very simple stuff. How would you describe your childhood?
I would say my childhood was very happy. Grew up in a neighborhood that was multicultural, both English and French. I grew up learning both languages. My mother tongue is French, but as you guys know, I know English pretty well too.
All right, thank you. And what kind of people were your parents?
What kind of people are they? Let's see, my father worked in various jobs around Montreal. He was a sales representative for many companies. He had his own company too. My mom actually was the secretary to the Prime Minister of Quebec for a little while before going on in business on her own.
Okay. And with what influences did you surround yourself during your childhood?
One of the greatest parts of my childhood during my adolescence. My mom took a job working for a big record company, major record company. And she brought records home almost every day, and I started my music collection like that, and I started practicing to become a DJ back then too. So music, definitely the music influences from everywhere.
Yeah. And how was the transition to adolescence?
For me, it was fun.
Also.
It was fun. I was going to school every day with a different t-shirt with my favorite band on there, again, thanks to my mom.
Yeah.
I was in student radio, doing radio shows. I was doing student dances too, all this before I was 16 years old. I had already a lot of records, again, thanks to her, and so I was listening to a lot of music, just having a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what do your teenage years consisted of, like in a few words? What it consisted of, basically?
Music and reading.
Music and reading?
Yeah.
And what was the highlight of your teenage years? Your big highlight, like, you remember that?
Well, I would say academically was having passed, high school, graduating from high school with pretty good grades. Not valedictorian style grades, but pretty high grades too. And musically, I would have to say I played a very, very large party with a lot of people one night. I was the only disc jockey playing. I was disc jockey 18 years old, and so I mean, for me, it was a highlight.
Oh, and when you went to the university, what do you want to study first? Like, what was your first focus when you wanted to study at the university?
Translation.
Translation?
Yeah, my bachelor's degree was in translation, Montreal's University, Concordia University. Then I got a master's degree in education here in La Ceiba from Framingham University, along with other people in the school, such as Mrs. Council, for instance. She studied at the same time that I did. And I only recently completed a master's in library and information studies from the University of Southern Mississippi, and I did that online.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
And so you say that translation was your dream job?
Yeah. My dream job back then would have been to be an interpreter at the United Nations.
Oh.
You know those people in the back who speak with the machines that the delegates have these little headphones on with, the people who speak in there? That would have been my dream job.
Oh. And if you could change something about your life, what would it be?
Wow. If I could change something about my life, what would it be? Pretty happy with the way it's gone so far, so honestly, I don't think there's much I would change. I've done a couple of things or made mistakes in my life that I regret, which I will not mention today. But there's nothing major I would really change.
Oh. And what is something you miss from the past?
Something that I miss? I don't mean this to sound again as a criticism of Ceiba or Honduras, but French wine.
French wine?
In Montreal, there's a market for French wine, but the specialty wines, the Côte du Rhône, the Beaujolais, the Bordeaux, champagnes, cognacs as well. Unfortunately, you can't find a lot of these wines over here, and I miss that, to be honest.
Just the wine?
Yeah, the wine, some ingredients for recipes for food that we can't find here. I miss that too.
And how would you say that school has changed throughout the years you've been here?
It's gotten way better.
Way better?
Yeah. It's amazing how much this school has grown in 10 years. It's my 11th year now. I mean, we've gone from paper textbooks to laptop devices. I mean, we are using technology so much right now. I mean, never did I imagine that I would be using blogs or the internet or technology in so many ways within my classes. And at the same time, we're using technology, but we're not letting technology get the better of us.
Yeah, we're not
using
dependent.
it, yeah, we're not too dependent on it, I feel. And I think that it's an amazing tool. And at the same time, all of us are working so hard, not only to teach you guys, but also to teach ourselves. We're constantly developing. We're constantly studying, checking out new webinars, reading new books, attending conferences and seminars too. So one word I think for the school and for the people here would be growth. We have grown.
And so you said you've worked as a DJ before, right?
Yeah, long time. As a matter of fact, I worked as a DJ while I was studying for my bachelor's degree. It was a great job. I mean, it was a great life too, because I went to school in the afternoon and then I worked at night.
And now you're a librarian, so how was that transition from a DJ party all night to like a quiet, librarian in the school?
It was easy. I've always loved to read. And I wasn't sure about it at first, but I was given the opportunity to study and to work at the same time. And now it's my third year now as a librarian. I'm fully certified. And I'm very, very pleased with the work.
So you would say that you're more classified as an extrovert or an introvert? Or a mix of both?
I'm a mix of both.
Mix?
I'm a mix of both. At school and at work, I'm an extrovert, but when I'm out of here and when I'm home, I'm more of an introvert.
And talking about Honduras and your life here, has your view of Honduras has changed after living here?
To be honest with you, I knew nothing about Honduras before I first visited in 1997. My view of Honduras has been shaped from the first time that I came to visit, and I still think that this is a wonderful country to live in. Yes, this country has its share of problems, but every country in the world has problems.
Yeah.
Yes, this country has a lot of corruption, but in my view, a lot of countries have even more corruption, but we don't see it at the surface. This country has beautiful mountains and beaches and forests. And even more beautiful, I think, about this country is its people. And yeah, like I said, it has its share of problems, but for me, Honduras has always been a wonderful place to live. And I do intend, to stay here, and to retire here. And as you know, I'm married to a wonderful lady who was born here, so I'm part of a family from here as well. So I have no intention of leaving.
And briefly, how did you end up in Honduras?
I visited in 1997. My parents came here first. My parents were looking to escape the brutal Canadian cold. They ended up here. They stayed here. They opened a little commerce, little restaurant. I visited in 1997. I liked what I saw. My mom and I spoke, and she asked me something, well, would you like to come back here to live? We can find you some work. I went, why not? Came back here, found work as a teacher a few days after arriving, and I haven't stopped since.
Wow.
Yeah.
And if you could describe yourself in one word, which would it be and why?
One word.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough
I know.
one. Thankful.
Thankful?
Yeah.
And why?
Thankful for all the opportunities I've been given, for the opportunity the Miss Council gave me when she gave me this job here. Thankful for my parents who are still here, my sister who's here, my wife, obviously, who I am truly, madly in love with. Thankful for when I walk into school in the morning and I see first grade kids looking at me with a big smile. I'm thankful for that. Nowadays it's Thanksgiving and I see the little girls dressed as Pocahontas. I mean, on the cuteness meter, that's not a 10, that's a 12. I'm thankful for that. We have a beautiful campus here, I mean, compared to if you're living in a big city, it's all gray and it's all cement. Yet I walk out of this place and, I see this amazing vegetation and plant. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for having the opportunity of just like having fun with teens like you guys when we do Knowledge Bowl. I mean, we have so much fun and you guys make me laugh so much. All of the above. I've learned to appreciate, I guess, the little things in life, and those are some of the many things I enjoy about working here.
And to end off, the interview, what do you see in store for your future?
I see myself staying here. I see myself working in this library to make it even better than it is today. We've already done a few changes in this library, and I think that this library is a little more functional sorry, than it was before. I see myself working in this library, retiring, and then I see myself going to the beach a lot, playing some golf, maybe reading more books too.
Well, thank you, Mr. Rochon, for this interview, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.